guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Stacy. Books are falling. So I just watched the announcement video from Chantel Reads All Day, and I watched Mitzi's Mitzi Reads and Writes. I watched both of their videos yesterday about the short story Readathon that's coming up in the month of May. It's for the whole month of May. And I typically do not get involved in any readathons of any sort because I used to do that all the time. And I found that anytime I made a TBR, I immediately did not want to read those books. And so it just really never worked out for me. But I really do love short stories, and I have a huge collection of short story books that I thought I would share with you guys. Maybe it'll help give some ideas if you guys want to join in. I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to join in myself. I don't know if I'm going to actually like win bingo. I printed out, they have a bingo card with suggestions. I feel like every time I attempt to film, I lose words. Like as I'm speaking, the word that I'm looking for just kind of like flutters away out of my brain. Does that happen to you guys? It's really annoying. Anyway, they have prompts. That's the word I'm looking for. They have a bunch of prompts on their bingo card. And I think if I tried really hard, I can fulfill all the prompts. But I don't want to put any pressure on myself because I want to actually enjoy reading. And if I feel like I'm not enjoying it, I'm not going to do it. But anyway, here are some of my short story books that I have. I just quickly ran through the house to all the different bookcases and collected these up. So they're in no order in particular. This first one here is Edgar Allan Poe, short stories. He's quite famous. I'm sure most of everybody has read at least one of his stories, but if you're looking for like scary, there's that. I also have this one, The Turn of the Screw and Other Short Fiction by Henry James. I read The Turn of the Screw a few years ago and I hated it. I was not a fan, but I love gothic horror type stuff. So this would fit in. There is a gothic horror prompt, so this would work really well. I have this collection from Mark Twain, and I don't think I've ever actually read any Mark Twain, which is bizarre. I feel like everybody had to read something from him in school at some point, but I can't remember ever reading any, so I actually might read something from here. It's kind of windy today. So this could be, one of the prompts is a new to me author, so I might do this one. This is one of my husband's books. He is huge into sci-fi and fantasy, and this is just a sci-fi collection from different authors. It says Year's Best Sci-Fi 12. Not sure what year this is from, but I have heard of a few of these authors on here because I recognize them from his books. So I'll just randomly pick one because I don't know much about the sci-fi world. So maybe I'll let him make a suggestion. That might be a good idea. I have this Shakespeare's Stories. This one is illustrated, and like these are his plays, which would work for the prompt play. That is a prompt. But they're written more like actual stories. Like they don't have, you know, the person talking and then the dialogue is what I'm saying. So it might be a little easier to read. And I like that it has pictures. I have this one from Neil Gaiman called Trigger Warning, Short Stories and Disturbances. I've read most of this book, but I haven't read all of it. Back when I was only reading horror, Neil Gaiman was one of my favorite authors. He doesn't just do horror type stuff. He does a lot of different kinds of things, a lot of fantasy. And some of the stories in here are on the creepier side, but some were more like fairy tale like. So I might check this out and see if there's any in here I'm interested in. This one I just showed in a book haul. I just got it, 100 Malicious Little Mysteries. So mystery again is on the bingo board. This one here is Beyond the Woods, Fairy Tales Retold. This is a mixture of stories from, can you hear that? That's my ducks. Something is bothering them. This is stories from all different authors, and Neil Gaiman is one of the authors in here. Holly Black, Peter Straub. This one sounds really interesting to me. I definitely might pick one out of here. And one of the prompts is retelling. So this would work. This one is one of my favorite authors as well. This is Daphne du Maurier's Classics of the Macabre. This is illustrated also. And Daphne du Maurier wrote Rebecca, which is one of my all-time favorite books. And she also wrote the short story The Birds, which Alfred Hitchcock made into a movie. So, and The Birds is in this book. I've read that, and it's actually quite different from the movie. Shocker. But yeah, this is just full of her short stories, and I absolutely love her writing. So this would work for the prompt, written by a woman. That's one of the prompts. Probably like gothic horror. I'm sure it would work for several of the prompts in there. I have Grimm's Complete Fairy Tales, which I don't think I've ever read any of these either. Gosh, that sounds so weird. I feel like this is stuff that I should have read at some point, but I just don't think I was ever interested in it. I'm not the biggest fairy tale person, but this would work for something that was translated, because this was written in German originally, and I think fairy tale is one of the prompts. So that would do 2 on the board. This one I also just showed in a book called Alfred Hitchcock's Spellbinders in Suspense. This would work for several of the different prompts. Something written in the, maybe something written in the 1900s, or one of the, there's also mystery on here, so I'm sure that, I mean, that would fit perfectly for mystery, gothic horror probably. And then I also just showed this in a book called Beatrix Potter's The Complete Tales. This will work for written by a woman, and also one of the prompts, something, title has a name in it, I think is one of the prompts, and the majority of her stories have the animal's name in it. So like The Tale of Mr. Todd, I'm assuming that would work for that prompt. Then I got to thinking, are there any short story collections, like Christian's short story collections? Because the majority of the stuff I own is not Christian when it comes to short stories. And so I just went on Amazon, and I came across 2 that were on Kindle Unlimited. So if you're interested, download those. This one, I don't know if you can see that in the screen, but it says Twilight Zone for Christians. How funny is that? So yeah, I mentioned recently that I really love Alfred Hitchcock movies and like old black and white stuff. I really do. I'm like a huge fan of old black and white TV and movies, and my daughter and I love watching the original old Twilight Zone. And so I just thought this was funny that they have Twilight Zone for Christians. I'm really curious what this is like, but this is a collection of short stories. And I also found this one. I honestly can't tell in my phone. I can't see if that is showing up at all. But again, this was on Kindle Unlimited. It is Christian short stories, and it's called Reckless Love, 31 Bible-related stories. And I got this because some of them are written by like Frank Peretti and Ted Decker, some other names of people I recognized. And so I just thought that would be cool to try out. I wish this showed up better. I probably should have filmed this inside, but it is so beautiful out today. Guys, it's like 85 degrees today. I can't even, just thrilled with this weather. So I want to be outside as much as I possibly can before it turns cold again, because what is today? Today's Wednesday. It's 85. Sunday is going back down into the 50s. So anyway, I hope this video was helpful in some way. If you guys are going to join in on the short story readathon, let me know down below. And if you have any other suggestions you want to add, please leave those in the comments. So yeah, that's all I've got for you guys today, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.